In this tutorial we will show you how to import a terrain from Google Earth. In addition, we will also present you an alternative method for importing the geographical location in the project, because the Civil 3D function doesn't work properly. As a very first step, you should affirm some settings for data import from Google Earth. Open your tool space and go to the Settings tab. Open the structure tree in front of Surface and Commands until you find the points Import Google Earth Data and Import Google Earth Surface. Open them one by double-clicking and check the values in the Google Earth options. Both values for rows and columns should be 70 or less, otherwise the import process may crash. We close this dialog and go to the Import Google Earth Surface point. Here we check the same values. When all values are correct, we can also close this dialog. Now we can go to Google Earth and select a terrain. Here we show you the import of a terrain close to Tucson, Arizona. Please regard that the whole area in view will be imported, so zoom in appropriately. Before importing, you should ascertain yourself that your view is orthogonal to the terrain. For that, push the central mouse key or the mouse wheel and move the mouse upwards. Another point is that the terrain should be oriented northwards. To ascertain that, please once click the N of the upper navigation element. Now we can be sure that our view is correct. You might have already recognized that the geographical location of the mouse is always displayed at the bottom of the screen. If you want to set the format of the geographical location, please click on Tools and Options. In the 3D View tab, you can find the point Show Latitude Longitude. You can select between these four formats. One advantage of the decimal format is that you only need to copy one value for each, longitude and latitude, instead of 3. We keep the setting decimal degrees and close this window. Besides typing the values by hand, you can copy them with some clicks. Therefore, we use the Place Mark option. We create a place mark and copy the values for latitude and longitude into the clipboard. Now we move to AutoCAD and go to the Project tab. Here we can say Set Geoposition and we select Edit the geographic location. Here we have to select the format decimal. After that we go to the latitude field and paste our copied value. Now we go back to Google Earth and do the same for the longitude. We cannot paste the negative sign into AutoCAD, so we only copy the number. In Google Earth, latitude values of the southern hemisphere and longitude values in the western hemisphere are displayed as negative values. Here we have to use these controls to set the values for north, south and west, east. As time zone we select Arizona. After that we close this dialog. Now we are ready for the terrain import. We move to the Inset tab, open the Google Earth menu, and here we have the possibility to import just the image, just the surface, or both image and surface. In this case we use this option. When you return to the drawing frame with your mouse, you will get prompted to identify an image location or to use the coordinate system from the drawing settings, which should have been set before. We demonstrated that in one of our former tutorials. We recommend to use the coordinate system and just push the Enter key to proceed. The input of the terrain can be a lengthy progress even when progress bar is already at 100%, so we shortened the procedure in this video. As you can see, the input was successful. As a last step, we move to the Placement tab. Here we right-click into the structure list and say Refresh. Now the name of our terrain is displayed in this list. It can now be used for planning.